It's the one and only Despotic. Bring you bitches another gameplay commentary. This is Battlefield 3. And this commentary will not be about gaming, but it will be about a new purchase I just made. And this purchase was just by accident in some respects. Not completely by accident, but it was more of like 90% unplanned versus 10% like I was thinking about it. I'm speaking about my iPad, my new iPad, the 3rd generation, not the iPad 1, iPad 2, but the iPad, the new iPad, 3rd generation. I got it, and I am simply amazed. I'm blown away by just the business aspects to it, right? I mean, aside from the fact that you really don't need to turn on your computer. Oh, look at this. Yo, you're already out the train station?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'll take a. Can I take the same thing you got last night? But I'll take a 6-inch though. A 6-inch.
That was a 6-inch, no?
Oh, it was? Okay, then I'll take that. I don't know. Alright, talk to you later. For those people, this is Quiznos. Girl got me some Quiznos, so that's what it is. If you listen to the video like 6-inch, yeah, man, the iPad. I haven't had the need to go on my computer. The fact that the pixelization, the retina display, I mean, it's amazing. The iPad instantly streams, not streams, but it instantly like transitions from a website to YouTube to like any app you have, and it's just so seamless. I'm amazed. I was using Skype. It was not an issue. And that's just the more personal use of the application versus the business use, right? I use a lot of Microsoft, Office Suite, so I use Access, and this has an Access app, which is amazing. This has a clone of all of this, the Office Suite, Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and then it has its own like word processing called Page. And if someone else has that, the App Store has allowed you to basically have 3 devices being able to download something you purchased, so which is pretty awesome. But I keep saying this over and over again, but I'm amazed, man. I have not used my computer whatsoever, and I have a pretty solid computer. I think I have it either, I don't remember, either i5 or i7 processor. I have a half a terabyte of space. I have 8 gigs of RAM. Real time, like random access memory versus random allocated memory. Okay, so look, and I'm amazed. It's faster than my desktop. Yes, it is faster than my desktop. Wi-Fi is not an issue. I have Wi-Fi at my job, and what I did was to get around the fact that it might not have some like things that most people use, like a USB or an SD a slot, so you can upgrade it, you can expand your memory. That isn't necessary, right? It has iCloud, and for those people who use Xbox, like the 4 gig Xbox comes with, it's not actual memory, right? It's not it's virtual memory until you actually get a hard drive. right? So, but let me get back to what I was saying. So you have iClouds, right? And iClouds allows you to have like virtual memory up to, you know, up to 5 gigs, and which is free, and then you can purchase for like, I guess like $10 a year. You can expand it to like 10 and then 20 and then 50. Not to mention you have Dropbox. What I did was I synced my Dropbox with on my desktop at my job, and I transfer files there. And of course, files that are not protected by you know, my company's like protection software and such. Like there's certain files I can't transfer, which I mean I can, but I don't do it because, you know, there's some laws that I can't go against. And it's seamless, it's easy, it's not a problem. At first I was a bit hesitant to like just getting any Apple product because of the lack of Flash, but then I did some research, and a lot of these websites are now, you know, they're more into using HTML5, and that's what the iPod is basically, you know, when it's surfing. So a lot of websites, you know, they're trying to accommodate, rightly so, right? You should accommodate a company whose, you know, shares are, you know, in excess of $1,000 a share, and you have this culture that's like, hey, I'm an iPod Apple user, and you know, I'm amazed, right? And I wouldn't have been amazed if I didn't try the product, right? So a lot of times you usually from the outside looking in, not having tried it, and then you're like, well, it's, you know, just on the specs it's not better. But when you actually use the iPad, especially the new one, because like my entire office now has, like, 2 of my staff members have tablets. One has a Toshiba Thrive, another one has an iPad 2, and I have the 3rd generation new iPad. And you know, we're enjoying this, right? I'll have a meeting and all of this stuff I'm storing, and there's no lag. There is no lag, right? And I hate to keep stressing this, right? I hate to keep mentioning this, but there's no lag whatsoever. I haven't experienced any kind of, everything has been seamless, right? And that's a testament to what these guys offer. I would go so far to say, you know, I spent like, I think $550 because I got the 16 gig Wi-Fi. I didn't go for the 4G because I'm always in some area that has Wi-Fi, either at my job, at home. And like you go to, and I wouldn't take it to clubs, but if you go to like any little shop, it's always Wi-Fi around. So that's why I just, you know, I went for that. And you know, it's easy. You know, there's, you know, like we always look to see if there's some kind of component that slows it down, or just slows down, you know, the fact that you need to multitask. And I haven't been slowed down, man. You know, I have, you know, I read a lot. So when I wake up in the morning, I tend to like read the New York Times. And you know, I've been reading more and more of that. Like I've been, you know, I read books from time to time, but now I have a whole, all the classics, which I've probably read, not all of them, but most of them. I have them now in a section where I can just go and I can just look at them. I was rereading, you know, what was it that I was reading? A Tale of Two Cities. I was reading that, right? Reading that. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. So I'm truly amazed. And this just goes to show you never judge a book by its cover, right? You always have to get inside and experience it for yourself, right? I judged Apple. I judged the iPad and I said, oh, it's just like another iPad Touch. Or, you know, I said, oh, it's just a tablet and there might be some kind of like issues with it, and then there's no flash. But all of that stuff is addressed, man. There's so many things you can do, and the portability is is very, very important. Like I had a meeting and I didn't have to take anything with me. Everything I wanted to explain to those individuals that were in the meeting, I explained because I had my iPad. All the dates, everything was there. You know, I can instantly just access things that I couldn't have accessed before. And imagine this, right? Imagine all of these other people who have these applications. They have these products like the iPad or the iPhone, and it's just so seamless. And imagine what you're missing out on. And I said before, man, I would pay like the new generation iPad is worth more than what I paid for it. It's made my I haven't gamed in like a week. I jumped on, I was a bit tipsy, and then I jumped off. I haven't gamed in a week. I've just been, you know, smithing the iPad. So maybe it might not be for you. You might have this whole, you know, iPad taking over the world, or like Google is in your business and all these things. But it's more of a globalized world, man. You know, if you ever read like Adam Smith, you know, Wealth of Nations, and lots of these economists, they will tell you, right, a globalized world doesn't necessarily mean, you know, just in terms of things that are tangible. It can mean the internet, right? People are so close because of certain technologies that allow you to do something that you couldn't have done earlier with ease, right? Need to make a phone call to someone in a different continent, easy, not a problem. You need to send some info to someone. You need to send it via, you need to send it, as an attachment or as a PDF. You can easily do that on the iPad, right? You can easily do that in almost all of the portable devices. But I think the best one thus far, because I tried using there's like the Toshiba Excite, the Asus Transformer Prime. I looked at all of those things and I was using them for a bit because I went to Best Buy, I went to PC Richards, and I tried all of them, and the new iPad just was better. But anyway, it's the one and only DESPOTIC. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I was going to entitle this video "How to Play as an Engineer," because playing as an engineer is very important. I guess I can say this. I have some time. A lot of people play engineer and they think a grenade launcher is just to get people out of their like foxhole or camping spot. But no, or an anti-tank mine, is just to, people don't even use that. They use the repair tools. But I, as an engineer, there's a responsibility I have to, in this game I have to play. There's a role I have to play. I have to make sure vehicles, especially ground vehicles, don't make it into the base. Like whenever I'm defending, I play engineer. Anytime I'm attacking, I tend to play assault, unless it's a vehicle map, then I play engineer. So my goal was just to prevent these guys from, I'm playing with dude, it's Hickey as well. Shout out to him, who's another solid player. And that's the thing, your goal is to make sure these guys don't get into your base, because if they do, then you know what tanks can do. Anyway, it's the one and only DESPOTIC. Deuces.
I downloaded it.